Greetings, citizens of the world. We are anonymous. Operation AnonRevival has asked, and you answered. We will now present you with our interpretation of the results. More than half of us don't think the average person knows about us. This means we must promote ourselves more. More awareness-oriented operations are Operation Paperstorm, Operation Blackout, etc. Naturally, most of us will support denial of service as a form of protest, as we have clearly and effectively shown many times. Examples need not be referenced. Likewise, most of us also support defacement as a form of protest. These questions were mainly presented to get an idea of how widespread the support for these types of actions is amongst Anons. Supporting a peaceful revolution is a future widely hoped for, almost unanimously, by Anonymous. Alternatively, supporting a revolution by force is supported by half of the very same Anons. We've come to understand this to mean that only in the absence of a peaceful revolution will we support one by force. We are currently still attempting a peaceful revolution. For the most part. Do you believe that what we are doing here makes a difference? 3/4 of us do, at least according to the results. The corrupt mainstream media portrays Anonymous as a gang of hackers. It turns out that gang is barely 1/4 of Anonymous. We mainly propose this question to communicate the idea that you do not need to be a hacker to be a part of Anonymous. We hope this idea can be extended to grow the Anonymous movement even larger than it already is. After all, we can't all hack the Gibson. Lastly, it appears as if we still have some faith in our police and military, and, to a lesser extent, our governments. Only 1/4 of us believe the entirety of the authoritarian industry comprising the police and military forces of the world are 100% corrupt to the core. Going forward, if you don't know by now, this operation is a concerted and organized effort aimed at informing both the public, as well as new or prospective Anons, about ways to stay safe on the internet. More recently though, our goal has been to raise awareness to the fact that we are not all malicious hackers, and definitely not terrorists. Some members of Anonymous have done, and likely will continue to conduct themselves in morally, ethically, and karmically wrong ways. The majority will not though. In fact, there is evidence that many Anons have told individuals who were doing such things to reconsider or face the wrath of Gibson. A large group of Anonymous members actually monitors things as they happen, and will continue to do so for entirely different motivations than their usual monitoring of Anonymous done by the FBI, CIA, DHS, NSA, CSIS, Interpol, MI6, MIB, NWA, GNAA, Tupac, etc. Consider those Anonymous members to be a sort of watcher, counsel, or guardian, if you will. Will relatively harmless things be done simply for the lulz? You bet your ass they will. Will the guardian/counsel step in on harmless acts of lulz? Nope. We could cite examples of when Anonymous has picked the wrong targets, and other times where language barriers have incidentally caused Anons to attack misidentified targets, but that's content better suited for a discussion than a press release. Look forward to more releases from Operation AnonRevival. We will continue to compile and release new information to help educate you in ways to stay safe on the internet, both from law enforcement/government authorities as well as internet bad guys, spyware, malware, etc. More on this in future press releases. Speaking of the future, we could use more assistance from anyone who would like to assist in furthering these goals. You do not have to consider yourself affiliated with Anonymous in order to do this. We all have different skill sets, and all are valuable. Be you a musician, speaker of another language, photographer, street performer, graffiti artist, programmer, writer, journalist, activist, or whatever, we can use your help. Or if you have no skills at all, we can always use cannon fodder for the LAZ0RZ. So, follow us at AnonRevival. on Twitter or join the AnonRevival channel on irc.voxanon.net, SSL on 6697, to keep up to date or inquire about ways you can help us help you help others. In light of time constraints and the pending apocalypse, and such, we will now present you with the results of the poll. Disclaimer: these poll results are not definitive or conclusive by any means, nor can they be construed to be an accurate representation of the whole of Anonymous. Anonymous is a polymorphic movement that may or may not agree with the rest of itself at any given time. Simple extrapolation of these figures is intended to promote discussion only, and not be indicative of the actual intent or desires of the polymorphic anonymous hive mind consciousness.
AnonRevival poll results from tinyurl.com/AnonRevival poll. Do you think the average person knows about Anonymous? No 63%, yes 37%. Do you support DOS as a legitimate form of protest? Yes 88%, no 12%. Do you support defacement as a legitimate form of protest? Yes 74%, no 26%. Do you support a peaceful revolution? Yes 94%, no 6%. Do you support a revolution by force? Yes 57%, no 43%. Do you think peaceful protesting makes a difference? Yes 78%, no 22%. Do you think the government believes we are capable of a revolution by force? No 50%, yes 50%. Do you identify yourself as a hacker? No 73%, yes 27%. Do you believe all police, military and government is corrupt? 100% of them. No 76%, yes 24%. Web chat link tinyurl.com/AnonRevival chat. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.